Hello and welcome to another episode of The Workshop with me, your host, Marco DeSantos, also known as Mechanic Critic, and with me is some more Bravery Network Online. In this episode, we're going to be going to the locker room because as you can see in the upper left corner, there's a new patch. And with a new patch, comes a new character. Let's talk to Pema, baby. Let's go. Let's put Get Out of My Face, or new team. You know what? I'll show you a new team later. Let's put Get Out of My Face first. And another haymaker. Rebuild. Oh, they're fighting. I see. Tackle. Wait, tackle. Rebuild. And another tackle. Hack. Wait a minute. You only did 2 tackles, Pema. You need to do 4 to get knocked out. Are you alright? Yeah, just catching my breath. Punching you is like trying to beat up a wall. I get that a lot. Heh, I guess I need more training. Pema breathes heavily. Oh no, Pema's an anime protagonist. Okay, let's go again. Don't you think we should maybe take a break? You're gonna burn out if you keep going this hard. Don't be ridiculous. How do you think I got so strong? Both body and mind. I work at it every waking moment. I don't know what a break is anymore. You worry me sometimes. It's a joke. Don't fret so much. I push my limits constantly so that one day I might be able to take you down. You are the strongest bravery fighter after all. I feel like this is a bit meta because Jane. So like in the game itself, like not story-wise, Pema actually has a really tough time fighting Jane because Jane's physical defense and digital defense, the 2 attacking types Pema has, are some of the highest in the game. I'm what? Ack! and by complimenting Jane, Jane literally just died because Jane's emotional defense is like 0. What did I do? It's just... Jane's eyes fill with tears. Just the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Oh, hey, coach. Look at me. I'm such a nice boy. New coach. Why didn't you tell me one was coming? I tried to, but you were all stand there and let me punch you for a bit. Yeah, good times. Well, nice to meet ya. Pema brushes herself off. What do you know about pugilists? Those are the punchy fighters, right? Yeah, that's right. Punching's our specialty. It's also just a fun way to say boxer. And in this corner, infamous pugilist Pema the Powerful. Watch out for her wicked haymaker. Back when I was practicing some admin stuff, I stumbled upon an ancient vid in the archives. Year 3000-ish, paying homage to something way earlier. To me, it looked like folks playing a very, very old version of Bravery. Did Pema watch, like, MMA videos? It was one they won and they only punched each other. Oh, boxing. Can you believe it? Here, I'm going to show you what it was like. Okay, we're gonna fight Pema now. I don't think my team can actually decently deal with Pema. Though, buffed Yasmin might work. I'll talk a little bit about the buffs after this. Oh, it's a... Oh! Thank you, Pino. You gave Jeffrey a whistle. All right, let's go 1v1 Sayla and Pema. Heavy locket. You gave yourself one tired? Why? At the end of the turn, if you have no feelings, you feel 1. At the end of the turn, you strengthen. Oh, okay. So you get faster every turn. And our physical attacks deal 100% more damage. Interesting. Okay, haymaker. 2 haymakers. I'm gonna have to... Which means I have to Flicker Glove right now, or else I'm gonna die. So Flicker Glove. And because of the way statuses work, I actually win this fight. Nice. That was pretty cool. That's pretty much it. I can't imagine. They filled stadiums to see two people punch each other. I think we got a lot better at punching because our matches last only a couple seconds. I guess they used round end a lot more than we do. But you did great as a coach, and even though I forgot to take off my heavy locket, usually just wear it to train. Zyle told me that back in the day, legendary warriors with golden hair and bushy eyebrows would train with weighted clothing. Oh no, does this mean that Zael came up on Dragon Ball in anime and then thought that it was historical fact and told Pema, and now Pema thinks that anime works? Scientifically speaking, by the way, weighted clothing does not work and only serves to actually injure you. So I figured it out how to do the same. I'm always down for a fight, so of course I'll be on your team. And I'll show you how to print heavy lockets as well. Maybe you'll find a use for them. Interesting. So heavy locket seems to give you one tired. Does she really think I'm the best fighter? Wow. Oh, Jane. Sweet little baby Jane. Okay, so Pema's joined our team. We gained Sun Sway. We got a new color palette, Snapper, which I assume is Pema's color palette. We're gonna go into the cafe, talk to Euler. Oh, we don't need to buy the heavy locket. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go buy a new color palette. I don't know, Caution. I'm gonna save some money so that I don't have to grind so much for new unlocks. But let's try to make some edits to the team. So this match includes a decent amount of buffs and nerfs. So I think I'm just gonna go over them to show you how it goes. So Sayla didn't get anything. Wendell got more physical attack and less digital attack. The nerf to the digital attack doesn't really matter because Wendell has no digital attacks. But the buff technically doesn't matter much either because Wendell only gets Trip as a physical attack and it doesn't really deal a lot of damage. Like, what's the base power on Trip? Like 80? It's not really that great. Molly, did Molly get any changes? So Molly didn't get changes specifically to her. What Molly's changed was, notice how Firm Handshake only has 2 uses now. So Molly has to now put Firm Handshake in her first move slot if she wants to get more uses in with Tinkerer. Did Grace get a nerf? Let me double check. I don't think Grace got a nerf. Jane. So Jane technically also herself didn't get a nerf, right? But the big thing with Jane is that Pema's now in the game, and Jane is probably the best anti-Pema check. So there you go. Eric, my boy. Again, no exact changes to Eric. The big change here is that some of the other digital-based setup sweepers have gotten nerfs themselves. So maybe Eric might get more chance to digital sweep. Liz, oh man. So if you'll notice that without any focus, Liz's defenses have dropped a little bit. Specifically, the physical defense, I believe. Yeah, physical defense on Liz has dropped. Which means that at max investment, you'll be at 48. So you won't die instantly, but now you're more prone to take a bunch of damage as opposed to, like, never taking any damage at all. And Pema is here, of course. Hi, Pema. We'll talk about you and your skill set a little bit later on. Yasmin's very important. So you'll notice that Yasmin's physical attack is now 95 default, which is great. Because now you can invest and go to 133 instead of before where you could only invest and go up until like 90 or whatever. But Ambidextrous was nerfed as a result. So if you use a physical attack, that attack happens again, dealing 50% less damage. So this means that Ambidextrous Yasmin technically deals more damage due to the calculation compared to pre-change. But if they parry the first hit, you technically now deal less damage because the second hit deals 50% less damage. So now trying to go through parries with just your ambi attacks might not always kill the opponent fighter. Because again, the first attack deals way more damage than the second attack. But if you add both attacks together, it technically deals slightly more damage than pre-change Yasmin. Cool. Tough has also been changed. So Tough now, in addition to healing you 10 every turn, your opponent can't crit against you, which means that in the end game, if you have Tank Yasmin or Tough Yasmin, you can actually, like, win battery wars, because you never have to parry them. You can just crit them forever. And you can parry them forever because they can't crit you. It's pretty interesting. So her captain plan is if a fighter in your team other than Yasmin is hit by an attack, Yasmin heals for 10 life. Really, really good, because that literally doubles what it used to be. So Yasmin got a decent amount of changes this patch. Odette, did Odette get any changes? Let me see. No. No big changes on Odette. So Zael got a lot of changes. Vivid, I believe, got nerfed. No? Only doubled? Okay. Or that target this fighter. Okay, so that means if the opponent tries to give you status effects, they get doubled as well. I believe Burn Bright, not Burn Bright. What's the name of that move? Deep Breath. So Deep Breath got changed as well. Because if you look at it, so now it no longer increases your initiative, which is interesting, which means Zael doesn't instantly become like super mega fast when he deep breaths. Peck now also deals less damage, I believe. Yeah, now it's 50 base power instead of 60 base power, which is really interesting. Oh, and Burn Bright itself now doesn't decrease your stats as much. So, very interesting. Oh, that's right. Eric and other modders also got a small change with their updated scanner. Because scanner now... Yeah, there you go. Reveal your foe's trait, focus, necklace, and moves. It basically lets you do fell trait on the opposing fighter when you use it, in addition to what it used to do before. Now let's move on to the changes that I'm really excited for. Captain Farron is now 4 batteries. Pretty Gucci gang. Farron also gets a new trait called Legendary. So instead of whatever this old lock trait was, Legendary now makes the opponent confused. We'll talk about why that's important later on. And other than that, like I already mentioned earlier, Handshake goes down to 2 uses. Anything else? Escape Whip also changed, I believe. So that means characters like Odette and characters like Clint. Escape Whip is now an after, I believe, instead of an on damage. There, after use. So that means if the opponent decoys or parries or whatever, you still get to swap, which is important. What else? Cherry! Yeah, so Cherry also got some changes. We'll get to her now. Cherry has a little bit more damage from her... Sorry, Cherry is a little bit more tanky with her emotional defense. But also, Cherry Captain Plan now actually has a battery. But it seems like Cherry can't flourish. Interesting change as well. Tazu, I don't believe Tazu got any changes. Oh, okay, now we'll talk a little bit about... I also missed this other one with hand cannon. So now hand cannon, the flourish on hand cannon deals more damage now. See, hand cannon deals 50% less damage instead of 75% less damage, which is great. But here's the big thing about Annora, in case you haven't noticed now, if I remove all of the focus, Annora's physical attack is now on par with all of her other attacking types. And also, Annora's speed is now 55, which means that if you max invest, you go to 77, which means you can speed creep some of the mid-speed tier fighters who don't invest into their initiative, like Sayla, for example. I personally won't be using that because I use Puzzle Pendant Annora, but that's a useful change for everybody else. And if you're wondering how the Puzzle Pendant change, how that affects Puzzle Pendant, it really doesn't, because I believe instead of having 11 initiative now you have 12, and you know, unless the opponent's it's not gonna really change much. I believe those are the biggest things. Mentor. You know, it's kind of cool. But if you use Mentor, the flourish on Mentor now heals the feelings of the fighter that you... See, now it clears stats and feelings if you flourish it. Cool. So those are the changes. And so I think we should just remake the team from scratch. I'm gonna go back to the team list, exit without saving. And then we'll go to Get Out of My Face and make some edits to this team. Alright, so let's go to Get Out of My Face and edit this team. So, Annora. I believe Annora should still be the same. Now my bypass claws will be dealing way more damage. 10 out of 10. Bama. So, Cherry is very good. Oh, also, wait, I forgot to mention. Annora's Captain Plan, your flourish gains you 3 batteries. Now if I use efficient Annora, I actually gain batteries whenever I flourish. Like, I don't just break even, I gain. Whack. Awesome. So anyway, Cherry. Cherry's pretty interesting, but I really want a character who can punish the clearers in this game. So that would be like, I want somebody who can punish like K-Ban. I want somebody who can punish Liz. I want somebody who can punish are there any other Amis or candles? So you know, Fel, Zael, and where's Eric? Eric. And Pema does it. Like, if I do Pema and sure, we can do this investment, I think. So Pema's defenses aren't amazing. She's worse than Annora on 2 defensive stats. But if I have good muscles, and then we put our necklace here, we also have unlocked Heavy Locket. I don't understand yet. I mean, of course, if you care about having feelings, then it could matter. Regardless, what am I doing? Bomb Locket, Refund Locket, Alarm Locket. So there's quite a few things I would want to do. I kind of just want to put Fury Pendant on her. So hear me out, right? We have Haymaker, Flicker Glove. So I kind of really want to do Flicker Glove, Pop-Ups, Firewall, and Flicker Glove. So why would I want to do this? Flicker Glove so that we deal a ton of damage to the, you know, to the characters who come in and are physically tanky. Firewall so that we can like deal with digital attackers, weak digital people. And then we do pop-ups because now Pema is our pop-up setter and punisher for people who want to come in and clear our pop-ups. I could also give her Fleeting Locket or Memory Locket or something like that. But I'm not sure. We'll see that as we go on. So Yasmin is our battery maker. And Tough Yasmin has gotten better. Ambidextrous Yasmin has technically gotten better and is dealing more damage. But I come to realize that I could also turn the slot into a clear counter by just having a character who can knock out most opposing characters if they decide to sit there and do nothing. Hi, Eric. So if we do this 10 here, so that's around the same speed as Yasmin was, and then maximum here, And then we give Flashy, Fireworks, Blaze of Glory, and then we could either do Scanner or Pharaoh Skin. I really like doing Scanner, because now I get to know the opponent's moves, and it lowers their digital defense, possibly making way for Annora or Pema later on. And then we give you... So this is really interesting, because usually I would give this character Fleeting Locket. But because we have Blaze of Glory, this is a move that you click and it basically is Fleeting Locket, because, you know, Eric will die the moment you use this. So I put Memory Locket here. So this is how we go against setup sweepers. We just put Eric in and then Memory Locket them. And now Farron, instead of whatever the old trick used to be, is now legendary. Why is this important? Because Confuse, the status effect or the feeling, actually gives the opponent priority -1. Why is that important? Well, if you have Firm Handshake and Flourish it, priority -1. Before you use this move, your foe tags in their captain, then you lock them for 4. Remember that the old Farron playstyle would be I put Farron out, Farron would create a mess, and then if they hit me, Farron Fleeting Lockets into Annora. That's the ideal. However, some people were smart on this and would basically just sit there and not hit Farron and swap or, you know, set up on Farron. Now, if you do that, Farron can Firm Handshake you normally, which confuses you. And then, now that you're confused, you have priority -1. If I Flourish Firm Handshake the next turn, Farron is also priority -1, but we're under mess. And not a lot of fighters are faster than Farron under mess. So, you Flourish Handshake them away. They don't get to attack because you go first. And then they swap into their captain. Now their captain is confused. And you break the lock on the opposing fighter so that opposing fighter loses 50 HP and then they lose a battery. Now their captain is locked and confused under mess against Farron. Ooh, that sounds like a really dangerous line of play. So I think I'm liking this team right now. I'm gonna go save it. So let's save the team, save is successful. So in the next episode, we're gonna go and try this team out on Ranked Ladder, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!